Okay, so we need to take a look at the currency system. So what that looks like is here in the ALlie.chat program, it's going to be I'm going to make sure that in my factoring that in fact it is enabled, and it is. So we're going to take a look at it. Inside of my method itself here, this is where the polling events are happening. So we're going to be saying that the first thing we're going to do is we're going to be pulling the ID of the BLL Twitch poll that's managing channels. And to do that, that's going to let us know which one of our channels are online. So for each one of our channels online, we want to add our users. So that's fine. So now we have the users of all the channels that are currently online. So now what we should be able to do is apply currency. So here, this one, you have something here called add currency already. And that's going to pass in a currency stream, which is this new view model here, which looks like it has an active equals true. Now my currency stream view model, I think that these are getting collected. This is just getting those channels that are currently online. So that doesn't do anything for the stream currencies, okay? So now what you want to do is for each one of the streams in here, if it has a currency, what you want to do is you want to get this currencies here, which is getting from your database, which is fine. So for each one in there, if the next issue date is less than that, so this currencies, it seems like this should be from Elasticache. Because of the next issue date? No, we're going to leave that in the database. Okay. And then what we're doing is we're updating this in the database that in fact that this is processing, and we can also turn that off down here. Okay. So for each one of these routes, if our route is routing, then we do one thing. And if our route is routed, then we're going to do another. Okay. So now if it's routing, that's the only one that we're writing at the moment. If my and we got to comment this one out. Okay. If my channels online.any s where my s dot and it's going to be my value.channel, so it's just ID because that's going to be based off the value is a Twitch channel server DTO is equal to my channel dot ID. Then you want to say that okay, now it's online. Okay. Now what we're going to do is try what's wrong here? Okay. Why don't we go ahead and just uncomment this for now. So now what we're going to say is that we want to get all of our users in channel. I think we already have that, right? Okay. And so now here, my Frank's view model in here, you want to add your Twitch user server DTO. So this is wrong because you already have your channel users, right? Users online, channel users unduplicated, right? So now if that's online, Just a second. So this one's checking to see, okay, these channels are online. These are the users that are in those channels. So now if that channel is in this stream, so I guess what you're just saying is that if this channel exists in this stream, okay, let me draw this real quick. Okay, so now here, let me draw this. So we're saying for every channel in there, if it's in one stream, so we have a stream which is being managed in two ways, one by ALLIE.chat, and the other one being managed by OtherBot. Okay. And so now this on here has a number of routing channels on it, right? And each channel has a different set of users. So those users can be unduplicated. So if we're saying that this channel here, then what we want to do is we want to say var users in channel, and that's going to be this channel users unduplicated dot where s is equal to my, just a second. But see, we don't know what server that this channel came from, right? So let's take this. Okay. And now what I want to say is down here, now what we want to do is we want to get our channel users online here from Elasticache, which is going to be your channel.id. And so now for each one of these users, we want to add them to my if my channel users unduplicated here dot all doesn't have any, then you want to add it to there. And also you want to have your var channel users to update equals a new list of your user server DTO. Right? So here you want to do your channel users to update dot add, and this is so you don't have duplication in here. And where my channel users to update dot all, where s does not equal to my user dot id. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Now what you want to do is you want to add your currency here. Now this thing is going to be your currency is this currency stream server view model. this needs to go. Every one of my streams in here has a currency. Like that. Because in that stream, if that person is in a channel, hold on. But that's fine, okay, it's like that. Okay, and now the second one here is your user IDs. And this is wrong now. You're doing this list of channel users DTOs. So it's, I'm sorry, it's a user server DTO. So that's going to be your channel users to update dot to array. And we'll say updated. And then at the very end here, you want to say that this thing is in fact processing. And then here you might as well fire your polling event. And we'll take a look here. Now this thing says that this polling event is supposed to have a currency stream users, but we'll figure that one out here in just a minute. So here at add currency, this is going to be each one of your users. And now here in this transaction, you want to have an ID, you want to have a quantity, and do you want to have a user ID? Just a moment. And then you'll write it here. And you're doing this in your create stream services currencies transactions asynchronous. And this is not in Elasticache at the moment. But you can do that real quick. Put this in Elasticache. Now this thing should return this currency stream users server view model, and it does. So you need a list of this. Updated currencies. No, and we're going to say currency streams equals a new list of your currency stream server view model or something like that, right? Users server view model. And here you'll just add this. Now this thing says that it can't convert to a currency stream user server DTO. So here, let's change this to be that. Okay, that fixed it. And so that means that here, this add currency needs to be a DTO. And that should resolve here, and it does. So now our only error is down here under this. So now we want to test putting this in Elasticache. So here, I don't have client service Elasticache in here at the moment, so let's add it. Okay, and then we need to make sure down here, client service Elasticache dot. And now here we have something that's a set and a get. So let's not do that here. I want to do that over in my client service, which is this rewards one. So to do that, we're just coming here and we're going to do this task called my task create currency stream users asynchronous. Oh, and it's okay. Now when we look back down here at what we're sending, this thing wants this request, which I think we can get rid of now. Because we can just send this. It's okay, let's do this whole thing here. So we'll do this. That's fine. That matches how everything else is. Okay. Why don't we just take this whole thing here and we're going to go into the correct client services. I want to look at this. We can get rid of this one. Actually, this is the one that we're implementing and we can get rid of it over here. Like that. Is anybody out there? I'm not sure. It looks like there's nobody out there on the web API pulling from Twitch. Well, we'll find out in just a minute. Okay, here. We can get rid of this. And now here we can add in this needs to be returning this here. Like that. And now here, let's add Elasticache in here. Okay. So now here, we should be able to do await client service Elasticache dot. And I should have something here called set. And this one's going to be your key and your value pair. So you're going to look at your request dot. Currency stream ID. And your value is going to be your if you look in this request, it's got these things, which has a user ID, and a quantity, and a currency ID. So this is explicitly what we want. So it's going to be JSON convert serialize object of my request dot currency transactions. Hey there, 47. How you doing, man? It's quiet out there today. Okay, so now this here is going to be var response. Which is going to return your Elasticache response. Which in our case is just going to return a true or a false. This is a bool. Looks like we're about out of time, so let me just wrap this thing up here. We'll also do a get. Get stream users currencies transactions asynchronous. And that's going to be a currency stream ID. And then all we're going to do is a var response equals await your client service Elasticache dot get Elasticache response. And it's going to be a currency stream ID. Dot toString. And then we'll have this same check here. And now what we're going to do is we're going to return the response dot DTO dot value. Now this should be a string, so this is going to be a JSON.d JSON convert .deserialize object. And we need to deserialize of type whatever this one is. Dot array. Or not dot array, but as an array. And then we return of type this. And if not, we return null. Why don't we do this under a try catch? It's a work day. Yeah, usually though we get a bunch of people, but I guess it is a Monday. Work days typically draw people, at least for this one. And now over here, we want to do this as a bool, and then we want to take this one and add it to the interface. And we're good there. We'll rebuild it. So now here, this should be a var user currencies equals await your client service dot. So dead today, says Keith, plus the time change. Yeah. Well, I think the API too. It was reporting different numbers than I was pulling, so from IRC. So here, we want to just go ahead and bring this one up, and it's going to be this whole request. And then we can get rid of the rest. So if this is true, then what you want to do is return your transactions as an array. What is this thing? Let's actually just do it of this request. Like that, and then here we'll return the request, and here we'll return null, and this one will be of type, that one, with no array. What's wrong? It says no suitable method to override. So let's go check that out. Here, it's an abstract. Let's make sure that we have this in the interface here. And now we're going to debug and build it. You should know the link you put in Discord doesn't work for me, which now I think of why there are less people. Well, the link one, the HTTP one doesn't work a lot. I have to get my Let's Encrypt cert up. Just too much to do each day right now. So this thing says that you're passing in this view model, but this ain't a view model. Actually, it is. And this one is a user server to array. That's fine. So this wants a currency stream users DTO. But it's a request. So it's like that. And now here you're going to fire this as currency streams. This is a list and this is a collection, so that's fine. Currency stream users server DTO. Currency stream users currency transactions server request. Let's do that one here. Like that. That should clean up that method. We're going to rebuild it. Why not trunk the HTTPS? What do you mean? I use the Discord one a little bit more now. This one? Oh, the link that I put in Discord? Oops, what is that? Sorry. Oh, I see what you're saying. I see what you're saying. Let me change that then here. I misunderstood what you meant there. Sorry about that. Okay. This one here. What? Oh, because this is an abstract. This one doesn't like all this stuff here. Wait. You have something here called create requests. You have something here called add currency. So this one looks fine. And this one here is send data. Let's go ahead and change this to what this is. Oh crap, this is just returning a bool now. Let's rebuild it. Okay, so this thing is actually not returning the entire string. We'd have to pull it here, right? Just a second. So let me look here in this. Let's go ahead and change this to be a currency string DTO. Is that what it's called? Hold on. I think it's called server DTO. Yeah. So we'll just call this currency stream, right? So let's go ahead and do a user server DTO here. And this one we could do a currency server DTO, right? Well, we don't need this here, right? We could do this. Hold on. If you look in this one, it has a currency ID. So we could actually just put this thing in here. Which includes the quantity, the name, description, rarity, active, perfect. Okay. Now we can remove this one. We can add this one. Actually, I think this one's okay to hold, but I don't really want to hold all of this information, including a provider per. So let's do this back to a string on this one. But I know now that this currency stream is going to contain it. So this thing now should be containing this, like that. And now we have our rewards pool. Do we have this thing set? Rewards pool is set. There we go. Okay. Now we have just a couple more here. But now the link is dead. I didn't see that coming. Weird. I don't know. So I think they're having issues this morning. Okay, so this one's called currency equals your. So you have this thing currently as a view model, but this thing should be a DTO, right? Like that. Okay, we need to make sure now that we've changed this in the base class. Let's go ahead and build it. How you guys doing this morning? I know we're out of time on this, but we want to see if it works. currency stream ID here is going to be that. Okay, so we know that that's fine now. Okay, almost done here. This one's going to be your request.currencystream.id. This one's going to be your request.currencystream.id. This one is your currency. Nope, it's nothing there. So where are you instantiating this one is, oh, you're good there. This one is already a currency stream, and this thing is a view model. So we should change this to a DTO, right? Where is this coming from? No. Let's just go back a little bit. Currency stream user server DTO. Currency stream user server DTO. No. It's that one, sorry. That should fix it, okay? Now here, currency stream user server DTO. What is this crap? So that was down here, right? Currency stream users, and now you wanted to add this new, that. Now let's return this one. But this is actually in the data access layer for rewards, right? Just a second. Almost there. This one here was changed. It says this one doesn't implement the correct add currency, so that means this is wrong. What is the keyboard? This is a bloody light strike keyboard. So instead of using traditional mechanical keys, it uses IR keys, and it's really feather light to type on. So you can make some correction. You have to make some corrections as you get used to it. What's wrong here? Currency is being defined in currencies because this is being pulled from. This is wrong. This thing should be returning a DTO. And now we can look at the implementation. Here. Change it here. And then change it here. to a DTO. And then that's right. This one now says that I can't convert this stream server to view model because it's still returning a DTO. This is now a currency stream DTO. Like that. And now I think that's all the bugs. Thanks, no problem. So let's just see if this thing even works at all. So we definitely want to see our where we're implementing these things. So let's find our reference here. Great, we don't know where everywhere we're getting it. But here we could just go ahead and check it now. We could await my client service dot get stream users, currencies, transactions, asynchronous, and then we could just go ahead and do our request.currencystream.id, and we could just check to see for our temp users for debug. Okay, let's go ahead and check to see how that runs. Now we're using Elasticache as our memcached server. So here, get currency stream. This is on the web API, right? This thing needs to return a DTO. Like that. Same thing here. And then we need to change it here. Let's rebuild. Here we go, here we go. It's looking good. Wait for it. We want to check that to make sure that that one's working too. Just a little bit here. It says that this one couldn't implement, but I think that that was a phantom error. This one wants my client service Elasticache, which is right above it. That's at the topmost level. It says that it can't convert over here this to the correct DTO. Check that out there. Actually, I feel like that one was wrong. I feel like that one should have been left alone as a view model. We'll have to probably modify that one back because everything in it goes, a response contains information regarding the transfer, and then it contains within that the actual request objects, and excuse me, the actual response object. Actually, this looks okay, right? This one here. See, this should actually be a view model. So we got an error about cannot convert, which was so let's go replace this one here. This needs to return a view model. So this thing is more of a view model than a DTO, right? So let's go ahead and move it. Is this the same thing? Is this thing being utilized anywhere? Yeah, it is. And is this different? This is a user and a quantity, and this is a user and a quantity. So you have two of the same object in here, right? Stream user server and stream user transaction server DTO. So let's go back here. Let's go ahead and delete this one. Let's go ahead and use this. Currency stream users server DTO. And that's the same exact thing as this view model, except this is a view model. That's better. So let's go ahead and rebuild that. We're gonna have to fix those with this view model. What's your currency stream on this one? Where's your currency on this thing? Hold on. Wasn't that up here where you were assigning that? Currency stream server DTO, right? That was the one. So that's being assigned here in your view model for transactions. So this is saying that it's grabbing this from the database, right? That's wrong. This is going to be from your client service Elasticache, right? Because what's the response that you're sending back? This currency stream. So you already have currency stream assigned from here. So I don't think you need to worry about that one. So here you want to add your, this one. Like that. Let's go change this. Because now it's returning this type here. Okay, that's fine. Now we're going to check our errors. So this one, you should have your currency stream DTO here, server DTO. And this one here should be a, just a second, currency stream user server view model. So let's paste it up here. Change this thing back to a DTO. Now we can remove the quantity. We don't need the currency stream on this. But we do need a user ID, right? So this is fine. I don't think this user server DTO needs to have provider on it. We can get rid of it for now. Currency stream user server DTO. Let me close everything up here for just a second. Right here. This is a view model now. Like that. Okay. Let me look at the errors. Most of these are just build errors. This one looks better. Let's go ahead and clean it and then rebuild it. Give it just a second here. Okay, what doesn't it like? Let's see if it is okay with that. Okay, try it again. Just a second here. Clicking through it. Almost through. Okay, let's go ahead and rebuild. See, it's going to say BLL Twitch isn't happy because it wants provider there. So if we get rid of that one, actually I should probably make sure that I don't lose these, the ones that you're commenting out. And then this one. Okay, let's go ahead and see how that works. We'll build it. This one doesn't like it either. But that's okay. This is inside of my provider. It says that it wants my bots where my username is equal to the lower credentials here. Where is this being pulled from? This one we're going to say get Twitch bots. We're going to just change this. Okay. So that way we don't need to worry about that. Build it again. Looks like we got 0 errors. The build succeeded. Let's go ahead and delete those forever. And then we can check it. Okay. Looks good. Looks good. Let's go ahead and rebuild it. And that makes a lot more sense for our GTO, which will save the size of the objects in Elasticache. Speaking of which, let me check to see how that thing's doing over there. Hey there, Mike. How you doing, man? Everything built. Let's go ahead and give it a run as soon as it's done. Well, it's actually not done building yet. Let me check to see what's happening with Elasticache. Okay, with our metrics, we can see that my freeable memory is down a little bit, but it's not terrible. Doesn't look like it's been drawing too hard off of it. So I think we're pretty good. With 2 fake errors, let's go ahead and run it. Okay, we're running. We can see the server. Now remember, we have those 2 breakpoints that we've set. Wait for it. Okay, it's connected. It's added the streams to memory. It's going to start running for myself. I don't care about this one, right? It was... Actually, it was here, right? So what we're doing is we're checking to see if any channel in here is online. And if it is, you can see that liver dev trying is. Then it should pull, and it does. So my channel online here should be liver dev trying. Oh, it says that I gave is online as false, which is fine. Because here it says that it is online. Does it have a currency? Yes, it does. So we're going to go through, we're going to add our channel users online. We don't have anything registered yet, so we'll do that in a second. Let this thing tick. And now we're going to check it. Now it says that all 10 users here in liver dev trying have user IDs from the server. Okay, here, this channel, excuse me, is going to be Dota Pit. We don't care about that one yet. But if you look here at the request that's being sent, it doesn't have anything yet. That's interesting. So this channel here is I'm a cutie pie. We don't care about that one now. This one has 612 records in it. It looks like that it created it, and then we're going to try to pull it, and we got 612 back. So we're just going to let this thing tick for a minute. And currently we're doing this for 1,000 users. At the end of this little test, we should be up to 20,000 on this thing. So let's check here. We'll just wait to see after all of it if it works. So here we go, currency streams are 3. And if we look, we have 8 for me, 612 for the other, and 0 for... Because the channel was added or something? Where was you adding that channel here? Channels online here. So the other channel that it's adding is DotaPit, even though they're not online. Right here, we need to do and my channel, I'm sorry, my s dot is online, value dot is online. Now we need to quickly write in something so that we can check our own currency and our own stream as we go. Okay, here we go. So that's actually really easy to do. We'll just write in a quick fake Elasticache layer for it. Or client services layer, I think. We'll just write in a fake one since we already have it in our factory. So here you can see that our streams has 1. We currently don't have anything because nothing's been detected as online yet. Now we'll check it again since everything's been written, and now it's writing users. Okay, so here you could see 2 streams in here, which is fine because we have 2 channels which are online, and then our transactions. So there's 7 in here for us, and then 615 for them. So I'm happy with that. So let's go ahead and do our get. Oh, come on. We'll do this so fast. I just want to cheat. So here in the ALLIE.chat program, I have something down here called get message, or message on message event. And it looks like that we're currently broadcasting it to any one of our clients too. So now if we just want to do my e.message.message.starts with, let's do a trim to lower dot equals. Actually, we don't need to do it like that because we can just add in the, like that. And we're going to say that this thing is pixels. And you can add in this string comparison type of ignore case. Then what you want to do is we're going to, I should have a reference to a client service, but we'll just make a new one. Now this is going to be an I client service rewards. You need to pass in here a nothing. Wow, that was so easy. And now you should be able to do temp service.get. If you look here, you should have, didn't you already write this one in? Yes, you did, because this is the wrong one. This wants to be server. And this thing needs Elasticache, so this is going to be a new data access layer Elasticache. I'm sorry, it's called client service. And I don't even want to add usings for these. And this is going to be a new paths AllieChat. Like that. And now you should be able to do temp service dot get stream currencies users transactions asynchronous. You should be able to get your currencies Let me just grab the currency here for that in my SQL server. You want to get this actually of your currency stream ID. We could actually just grab that one. Like that. So now we're going to have this as a good parse, right? That's all it needs. Var await. Sorry, this is going to be called your stream currency users. And now what you want to do is your var stream currency user equals your stream currency users dot. This is an await. And we're going to do a singular default s where my s dot user ID is equal to your e dot message dot user dot ID. This thing needs to be a static async task of my onMessage event. And then here, you finally want to do it's your BLLs dot single or default s where my s dot key is equal to my Twitch bot we'll do a value dot, and now we should have something in here called like send. This is going to be an I. What kind of bot is this thing? We need to look at the factory. Here. I provider Twitch AllieChat. I provider Twitch AllieChat. Like that. Var, so this is going to be BLL provider equals this. Send message to, no. Now we should have something in here called if you look in this IBLL provider, you should have something which is, where's base provider of type? Oh no, it's there. So if you look at this provider BLL allie.chat, do you have anything in here for send message? No, but you have it inside of each one of your sub BLLs. Is that what they're called? Bots. And are bots exposed? They are not. So let's expose those. Oh, they are. Perfect. As a concurrent dictionary. There's the default chatbot dot send message, and it needs to be this Twitch message, which is a bot is equal to your BLL provider dot BLL default chat bots. My channel is going to be equal to each one of the channels that we're in, the channel where this is coming from. So this one will be the color hex equals, I don't care, the message, I don't care, the provider equals BLL provider dot provider, no, bots, this one dot user dot bot dot user dot provider or something. I mean, screw that. We don't need all of these, do we? Maybe, hold on. And my user here is going to be my BLL provider.BLL Twitch default bot.send.bot.user. Okay, my channel here is going to be for each var channel in my BLL provider dot. Come on. It's going to be your BLL default chatbot dot channels joined. This channel is going to be equal to your channel dot value dot. This thing is a Twitch channel server, so it's just a channel. Color hex, we could do, I think we can do like a e message, e dot message dot color user dot, isn't there something in here like a color hex or something? So we'll just do, just for now. What's black, isn't it? 0000000. And then our message is going to be e.message.message. No, our message is going to be user, and then you want to do your stream currency user dot and now you need to get your user equals your await your, don't you have something here called like a temp service or something dot. So here in your temp service, you needed to create a var temp allie.chat service equals a new client service dot allie.chat dot server dot client services allie.chat server, which requires this new Elasticache. So here you could save Elasticache. Var temp Elasticache equals this. And same thing here. So now you can get your user here. Get user, get Twitch users. And it's just going to be this new request. And then we have to have these other two pieces. So you need to have that BLL token, var BLL token OAuth token or whatever it's called. Isn't that what you were using up here in the factory? BLL OAuth token server. Like that. So it's going to be BLL's dot singular default S, where my key is equal to my BLL type dot OAuth token dot value. And up here you could do var temp paths equals new paths allie.chat, because you needed to have that access as well. Right here. User IDs is equal to this new. And this is just what? A string of these user IDs. So the one that you want is stream currency user dot user ID dot toString. And now you're going to be passing over your, what is it? The other two pieces of this is a, oops. Resource server, which is a paths, temp paths dot web API, and then the bearer token, which was your temp BLL token dot get bearer token, and that needs to be awaited. And now here you could say user dot username has plus, and now it's going to be your stream currency user dot quantity plus your space plus your stream currency user dot, nope, stream currency. Didn't you pull stream currency here at some point? This one. We'll just do this. Okay, let's give that a try. Okay, this thing says that it can't have the return type. So the reason is that this is a asynchronous, one of these. And it's like this. And now message event type here takes in a sender, so an O and an S and a O. Let's say that an E. Like that. And then we can remove that down here. Like that. And let's make them the same. So that way these are being fired asynchronously now, because they have to look up stuff from the database. Let's see if it works. Okay, it's online. It's joined the channel. Let's wait for it to add a little currency here. "12 users in channel for liver dev. 1 are from server, 11 are from not. 12 are from channel." Okay. There it is. Let's see if it gets me. It says object not set because it's a null. So let's just stop it. Try it again. And remember, it's going to be slow as crap right now because it's not pulling from Elasticache for everything. I actually think I could just pull that straight from users, but we need to implement this in the correctly. This is just temporary because this is all done with commands, if you recall. Give it a second. There it is. Give it a second to see what it does. Okay, here we go. My paths, all that made. My stream currency users came in. My stream currency is null. But my user, A52D, so now here you want to say just a second here. If my stream currency user is equal to null, then you want to say one of these messages. User whatever has not yet been registered. Please try again in enrollment. Oh, and you could actually save this here by doing this, the same thing. You could save that, which means you can also save this one. Let's try it. Okay, it's connected, it's added it. Give it a second to connect to the channel. I'm gonna have to type that in a second because it came in too quick, I think. Give it a second. Let's let it write the first users there. Okay, here we go. Give it another second here. It'll say successfully completed that currency event. That's fine. It doesn't have anybody yet. It'll say when it writes. Successfully wrote 13 channels. So now we can try it again. 13 users, pardon me. Okay, here we go. Stream currency user is still null this time. Interesting. Give it a second here. Interesting. I wonder what happened there. Let's try it again. I'm going to try that one more time here. Give it another second here. Hey there, Tim. How you doing? Welcome back. Just give it a moment here. Well, I wanted to write real quick here the number of users in channel. Just a second. We need to make sure that, in fact, that's being gotten here. Because I feel like that could be the problem at the moment. Let's try it again. It says that it's 0 for this currency. So let's see why this is happening here. This thing should be passing over your currency streams when you're creating this. And then if you look here, this is where this is happening. From your currency stream there. Let's try that. Give it just a moment. Okay, now it's pulling. Wait for it. Say 14 in there. 326 have users from server. That doesn't mean they've written. It says that the chatters have been written. I'm sorry, the user IDs. No, there's one in here that checks to see, because you should see that we have 0 and 0 here, right? Which is fine. Currency event completed. Successfully wrote 14,626 in channel. So the next one will work. It takes a few minutes when you have a large number of users over 300. It might take a couple seconds. But when you have 20,000, that makes a difference. Give it another moment. Okay, so you can see that we have all these transactions here that we're writing. When we get my temporary users for debug, we actually are receiving them. I mean, that looks right. Let me go back real quick. I went too fast there. I wanted just to take one more peek at that. This. I wanted to see what you're setting this as. Currency stream ID, right? Let's see what this ID is that you're passing over here. Wait for it. If you look at what you're writing this as, this one, 2BF, you got your responses, okay. I didn't want to do that one. I wanted just to do my regular notepad, sorry. Yeah, I mean, that's the right code here. So let's try it. It says 12, which is great. Now it's going to look and it's going to find null. Because my user ID here is E1AA. And the ones that this thing pulled are I don't even see it, so let's let that run. When you look at where this thing was writing, in your BLL, where you're doing the Twitch rewards, this will be the end of it right here, by the way. I need to move on. So this one happens, what, per stream? Channel users Elasticache. Maybe it needs to come not from me. Let me try that. Just a second here. Okay, I need to change my screen so the keyboard doesn't come up for a second. Just a moment. Okay, coming on back. Now I should be able to join this channel. Oh, it looks like they changed the URL to Twitch, which is why that ended. why that wasn't working. Okay, you can see there's my allie.chat, and now we can try pixels. There you can see it came in. Stream currency user is null. It hasn't registered it yet. It's like BLL provider isn't working here. Or this one's not being assigned. I don't know. We got to find out what's wrong here. It's really annoying. Just a moment. Can I pop this thing out? I can. Okay. Wait for it to load up. Here we go. Now what's the problem? It's finding the problem. This is okay. This is fine. This is fine. Channels joined as 2. So let's go ahead and check over here. So we're going to enqueue this, which is fine. And then we dequeue this on polling event, or on, we have a timer which is ticking, right? Here. So here's the timer. My state says null. There's my message being queued. We got our message dequeued here. So now here, if our message is of type now you're inside a BLL Twitch, so you definitely don't need this. So your channels joined here is concurrent dictionary, so you want to do a try and get. And we want to get this channel name, because that's our key, I believe, right? Yeah. And now here you need to get your value. Out var, and this is going to be your channel joined. Then you're going to send this to your channel here, and you'll send it. Okay, let's try it again. Give it just a moment to start. Okay, it's going to connect. Okay, here we go. We're going to check it. That time it sent, or it says it sent, but it didn't. Interesting. Let me check back down here where this is sending it. Let's try it again. Okay, give it just a second to join. Source is not available. What object is not available? Here? Try it one more time. Strange. So it definitely made it to this queue, but I don't know where it's getting the on null. Oh. That's why. Now, he does have a little problem with why it's not finding the correct user ID. I wonder what it's posting. Maybe it's posting the ASP.NET user ID. That could definitely be what it's doing. We can try that actually just real quick. You wait for it. Next try. There you go. It says it hasn't been registered yet. So now it's working there. And let's just fix one final place, which is instead of using this ID, actually, that doesn't work, huh? Hold on. So the ones that it's storing then here in your Twitch rewards, just want to check here real quick. Because I feel like it's registering the whole user account. That's fine. There's nothing in there yet. Okay, so now here, is this thing written anything yet? Let's see what happens here. Okay, so we should have two currency streams in here. One for pixels, which has no transactions, and the other one has pixels for 13 transactions, which is fine. Now I should have in here my ID, which is 2BF. So let's check it. I don't see it. So that must mean that it's not storing the correct ID from the server. So that means over here where I'm getting these in the data access layer down here, in my rewards, no, in the, this is going to be not in rewards, this is going to be in the regular module, right? Where you are getting your you have a get or create Twitch users in here, right? At the bottom. And here you're making your new Twitch ID is equal to that. Then you want to make a new Twitch user, which includes a new ID. And now here you're mapping them to these view models, right? Okay, when I look in here, I see that my user ID is actually this one. So let's try it again. Oh, do I not have it? I don't have it blocked. Hold on. So here, let's check it here again. One more try. There it is. My ID on this one is 6E3, which is wrong. That's a problem. That's wrong. So then here, when I'm actually getting my user IDs from the server, I have a problem there. So, okay, we made pretty good progress. I got to take a little break. I'll be back in 15 minutes. I'll put it up on the clock. If you have any questions, please put them in the channel. We've got a really active supporter community over here at discord.pixelhorrorstudios.com. Also, let me go ahead and push that link here. And then also all these videos are available up on YouTube. Let me put that here as well. And we'll be right back here in about 15 minutes. Thanks for staying with me. And then when we get back, we're going to implement the command system. We're going to move on past this. And so yesterday we set up the skeleton for the command system. And today we're actually going to set up the specifics and then hook it over to the Unity overlay. So see you guys in just a few minutes. Thanks so much.